Hello everyone, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD. Welcome back to some more Dragalia Lost content, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the brand new, I say brand new, it's actually not super brand new, but I'm going to discuss my thoughts on Gleo as well as discussing a bit of High Jupiter. Now, Galeo's nickname is, as you know, Gleo, so I'm just going to refer to her as Gleo for the rest of this video. So, I did pull Gleo. I did a lot of pulls off camera. As you can see, this is the pull that got me Gleo. And I pulled about 20k worth of Wormite, so with the 15k I spent before, around 35k total. And yeah, I did not record it, so I do apologize for not recording it, but the gacha got the best of me and I had to do the pulls. So I did pull Gleo. Was it worth it? I do think it was worth it because she is actually one of the best units of all time. Also, I do want to mention in that 20k, I did pull a bunch of dragons and I pulled a new Navid. So overall, pretty happy with that. Also, another thing I want to mention before I actually discuss High Jupiter is that alliances drop tonight, and I will be making the Trippy Town alliance tonight. So if you want to join just as soon as reset drops, wait maybe like 10 minutes or something, and then search up Trippy Town, it'll be up there. I'll also post in the Discord once it is up. So yeah, just did want to mention that real quick. Now, High Jupiter and Gleo. So Gleo is, as you know, the #1 DPS unit in the game. She has beaten Ellie, the 4-star Ellie. I can't believe she was #1, like anyways, but Gleo has beaten Ellie as the best DPS unit in the game. You might be saying, how is that possible? Well, Gleo deals damage, she buffs, and she debuffs. And she doesn't just deal any damage, she deals good damage. So that is the reason Gleo is #1, and she is ridiculously good. Like I said, I do not regret pulling for her. If you're going to pull for someone, pull for the best unit in the game, am I right? So Gleo is the #1 unit in the game. Like I said, she has beaten Ellie, which is insane. She's now the top pick for any content out there. You know, even off Element Mercurial Gauntlet, she is the pick. Instead of Eyasu, you can pick Gleo. Eyasu is still, again, like a great option, but Gleo is just better. Like I said, I do not regret spending the Wormite. I'm just a little scared. I might not have enough Wormite for summer because there might be 2 summer banners for summer. But I hope not. I kind of do at the same time because that's a lot of nice units. I don't know. We'll see what happens whenever that drops. But yeah, Gleo is absolutely insane. And is this something that's going to be coming for the rest of Dragalia Lost? Honestly, I don't know. As you can see in the the videos, I have 2 video clears right here. The first one is a 4-man Gleo clear, which was my first ever High Jupiter clear, and then I also have a clear using Eyasu, which was a different clear I had. So Gleo can 4-man beat, or 4-woman beat High Jupiter, just like how Fjorms can beat I was going to say Agni, not Agni. Well, they can be Agni, but Hybernilda. Also, something to mention is I died at the end of both of these, so that sucks. Yeah, but anyways, it's basically the new Fjorm. You know how there's a speedrun Fjorm groups in Hybernilda? Now there are speedrun Gleo groups for High Jupiter. And honestly, I don't think that's a good thing in terms of the game, because you want to actually play the game when you're using these like I call them like speedrun. These are like shortcuts. You don't really play the game, you you play it for like a minute or 2 minutes, and it was meant to be played for like, let's say 4 minutes or something. I don't know. It's not something that they plan to have in the game. They just made a really good unit, and they just power crept a lot of the old units, which is, like I said, something that kind of sucks. Power creep is not really a good thing to have, especially in gacha games, but it's something that's probably inevitable. Look at any gacha game that's out there, and power creep is involved. Now, the word power creep really triggers some people, and rightfully so. Power creep can destroy games. There's so many games out there that have power creep. Like I said, I'm not going to name them just because there's too many. If you look at any gacha game out there, I guarantee it has power creep. Unless there's like no gacha aspect to the gacha, there's power creep involved in that game. Now, up to this point, Dragalia has had a different way of going around power creep, about like there might be slightly better units, but they're better in a different way, or better in a different weapon type or something. And Gleo, like, I'm just gonna compare it to Eyasu, and you could compare it to Botan, but I'm just gonna compare it to Eyasu because that was the previous quote-unquote best unit in for Shadow, at least, and also compare it a little bit to Ellie. So Ellie, of course, free unit, everyone had her, so there's really no power creep if every single person has her. She's the #1 pick for Mercurial Gauntlet as a helper. Now, I believe she will stay the #1 helper Mercurial Gauntlet because, Gleo helper doesn't really make too much sense. So Ellie will probably still have that helper role, But Gleo will have that role that if you have her, you will slot her in on your team. Like, there's really no reason not to. Something Ellie does have over Gleo, though, is that she has, you know, Leviathan. She can bog. But again, you're not going to really want to do that if you're, I don't know, it depends on the strategy, of course. But basically, the point I'm trying to make is that Powercreep, she beats Eyasu in terms of, you know, Mercurial Gauntlet. If you're going to use a unit, you're going to use Gleo because she's just better. She buffs, she debuffs, and she deals damage. While all Eyasu does is deal damage. She also offers a different co-ability than Eyasu. So technically, you could use both Eyasu and Gleo on your team, and they'll probably do better than most of the other units out there. Besides, you know, the top DPS in their respective element. Like, I'm sure Gleo does better than like half the water units in Flame Gauntlet. So that's just something that goes to show how good they are. Now, like I said, Powercreep, we have gotten a new director, so this might be the direction that the new director wants to take it. I believe his name was Okada. I think that was his name. So that might be the direction that Okada wants to take the game, just making stronger and stronger units. That's hopefully not what he does, though, because like I said, that could completely kill a gacha game. And it honestly, it makes the game not as enjoyable if every single banner there's a better, you know, waifu or husbando. So that's not what I hope to see. I hope Okada doesn't keep continuously making, you know, stronger and just better units that are, you know, Gleo completely destroys Veronica. You know, Veronica was the previous best wand user, and everyone's like, oh, Veronica's great. And she is great, but Gleo is just better. Now, I predicted that, you know, Veronica would still be relevant after Gleo's release, but unfortunately, that's not really the case. You know, there's speedrun groups for Gleo, and they just nope a Veronica as soon as she joins because she's not as good. You know, Gleo just does so much better. Now, Gleo does take a little bit of skill to use. You need to be able to time your Force Strike and use it well, but nonetheless, it's still Powercreep, you know. She's still so much better. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Powercreep thing. I really hope they don't make just linear Powercreep like they did with Gleo, and I really hope they add some more dimension to their Powercreep, like how they were doing it before. Like I said, we'll see in this summer banner that's coming up, but I did just want to address that Powercreep, the little issue of Powercreep. I also want to discuss HJP just a tiny bit. Basically, HJP is a joke because 4 Gleos destroy him, but if you don't have Gleo, you kind of got to play normally. So that's why I did try doing a normal clear, just to see if I could do it. And it took me a long time, you know, it took me until the second day to actually get this clear. So it's not an easy fight. It does take a bit of practice to know when to do and everything. And of course, HJP was made with alliances in mind, with augments in mind, double worm prints in mind, grid adventures in mind. All these things are taken into account, so of course it's going to be a little bit of a difficult fight. But I do like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's actually one of my favorite fights in the game. I like it so much. He's not super beefy where you need to just, like, you cannot waste time. You know, in High Mercury, if you waste time, it's going to be really difficult to get the kill. But he also doesn't have, you know, doesn't have pushover moves. You need to bring a healer, which I really do like, you know. Fights like High Midyar Storm or Hybrid Hilda, you need a healer in there, and I really like that. High Mercury, you don't need a healer. You can just run 4 Wedding Ellies or something. That's good enough. You know, granted, you could run Gleo, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Also, there's I did die, like I said, in both fights at the very end, which is a huge meme. But anyways, overall, I really love the fight. This is exactly what I wanted. You know, I was just discussing Void John in an earlier video, and I was really disappointed with Void John because I was hoping Void John was what HJP is right now, and that's what HJP is. So overall, I love it. I do need to get a Deathless clear though for this HJP fight. Again, thank you guys so much. What are your thoughts on HJP? What are your thoughts on Gleo? Just let me know everything. I discussed everything I really wanted to. So again, let me know what you think. Alliances dropping in a couple of hours. I cannot wait. Super duper hyped. See you guys next video. Until then, have yourselves a great day. Have a nice trip also. I messed that up. It's okay.